This is a really important initiative for the Firefly Foundation. Our mission is to help build the interest and the passion for neurosciences. And we do everything from support high-end research to, most importantly, grooming a new generation of young scientists. And that's where this program fits in. It's valuable to us because it allows us to really feed the passion of these young scientists, give them an opportunity to try out their science skills in the lab. It also gives them an opportunity to learn life skills.
Alzheimer's is really prevalent in society these days. You hear about a lot of students talking about their grandparents and they've had experience with them being exposed and the issues that come with that. And learning about neuroscience and learning about Alzheimer's is making us more concerned as well as more interested in helping address the problem.
So the campers are learning about how the brain works, how they can take care of their brain, how they can also help educate others so that their brains remain vibrant, healthy and vital throughout the long lifespans that we're now living.
Before I came to this camp, I didn't really think about my brain that much. I just knew, yes, I have a brain and I know a little bit about it, but I never really considered the health of my brain and how exercising is good for your brain, how brain games exercise your brain, and it's either you use it or you lose it.
Your brain runs everything in your body, and I think that's why it's so important that Firefly has created a program for us to be inspired to try to look into these different diseases and how to solve these diseases with different animals and stuff.
It's nice to be able to sort of see how everything's working, and even though we're seeing it on a smaller scale in worms right now, you can kind of see how it transfers to your own brain, which is very interesting.
Well, I just actually dissected a snail, so we took the shell off and took the brain and we actually pinned it down, and it's really cool because when you're in the microscope you're looking at it so up close.
It's really cool because we are allowed to design our own experiments and then we can do them ourselves immediately afterwards. So it's nice to have that on-hand experience as well as learning from lectures and speeches and diagrams and stuff.
This year has been fascinating because we've been able to do both bringing the environmental focus in. So for example, we went on a field trip to Grenadier Pond and we looked at how the snails interact with the environment so that we can actually say, hey, we're doing the neuroscience research in the lab. How does that neuroscience research in the lab link back to the lives of these snails? Just the same way as the neuroscience research on Alzheimer's or Parkinson's has to relate back to the way people live their lives.
I'm really surprised by the ability of information they're able to transfer in such a short amount of time and the equipment that we're able to use, because it requires a lot of trust for them to give us such advanced equipment to such a young group of people, and it's amazing that we have the resources that we do here.
It's been a great 2 weeks of research, learning, so much fun with neuroscience. So we have parents, we have researchers from the U of T, we have principals and teachers from other schools, and our students and campers get to show off how much they've learned and really just share the knowledge that they've built in these rooms.
For me, this has been a great experience because I've had the opportunity to share my knowledge with the next generation of neuroscientists, and it's wonderful to see them take away so much from this camp.
The relationship between UTS and the Firefly Foundation is simply flourishing. We have established a level of trust now, which enables us to bounce back ideas, to build, to create, and we're very excited about the possibilities that are emerging through this relationship.
I would totally recommend this to anybody who's even slightly interested in science, because going into this camp I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do science or business, and being in this camp has really helped me clarify that I do want to go into science, and this is something I would like to do for my whole life.
I love the students. When you see their eyes light up, you think, they're so inspired, they're so sharp, they're so curious, they're so determined to do something important with their life. It really is an inspiration, and all of their parents should be so proud of them. I think that it gives us hope for the future.
Thanks to Firefly, I know I now have a future in science.